Weekly trades with precision, gold, silver, and commodity setups broken down with full transparency, wins and losses included. This is the Golden Nugget with Verified Investing.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the Golden Nugget that happens every single Wednesday at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, United States. Hopefully everybody in the United States has a happy Thanksgiving tomorrow. We could see gold going to a new all-time high, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. Because gold just broke out and so did silver. We took 5 trades on just gold and silver this week from the Golden Nugget trades we gave last week. 4 out of 5 went and actually got us gains. We have a net positive every single week. It is beautiful, and we're going to talk about those trades in just a second. So whoever is here, whether you're here on the Drew Wolfer YouTube channel, on the Verified Investing Legendary YouTube channel, the Drew Wolfer Twitter, the Verified Investing Twitter, we appreciate you because we would not have a platform without you. So thank you seriously so much for being here. And if you have any questions for me or anything like that, go ahead and drop them in the comment section. If you're taking the trades and it's going well for you, you're making money, put that in the comments section for us. And if you have any questions, we might answer your question next week on the Golden Nugget. So make sure that you show up for that. Now we're going to switch it up just a little bit. We are going to do the commodity compass first, then we're going to do the economic calendar, and then we're going to go straight into the silver snapshot. All right. And then we are going to do the gauging gold segment, which is where we do TA on obviously silver, then gold. And obviously we're going to have the Golden Nugget in between there, which is going to give you a Golden Nugget from the Golden Opportunity, which is the training that I brought out in conjunction with Verified Investing that shows you my exact methodology, everything that's going through my head, and you can learn directly from me exactly how I have that 89% win rate. If you are inside of Smart Money Commodities right now, by the way, you are up about 6% on a silver trade that I gave out, because I give out different trades over there, because you can see me every single day and I can send you out an alert, and you're already up like 3% on a gold trade as well. So those trades are actually performing a little bit better than the Golden Nugget trades performed. But public service announcement really quick before we get into the commodity compass and the economic calendar. It is Green Monday sales week, so you can get the Golden Opportunity for the least expensive amount of money that you will ever probably see. It is 50% off right now. So if you want to know exactly how I do this, and you want to know exactly what's going through my head whenever I'm taking these trades, the best place to do it is inside of the Golden Opportunity. So go and lock in your spot, and let's get into our very first segment, and that is the commodity compass. All right, so what is driving gold right now? Well, we have an 80% chance of a Fed rate cut. So the shift in rate sentiment started after last week's delayed September jobs data, and then was reinforced by comments from the New York Fed president, John Williams, and San Francisco Fed President Mary Daly. Then Fed Chair Jerome Powell came out and his allies, and they're on board with a cut despite pushback from other officials who, are a little bit more concerned about inflation, and recent soft economic data is expected to convince the rest of this committee. Now, secondarily, we have the U.S. unemployment data, and that went down to 216,000. Okay, expectations were 225,000 unemployment claims, and then they revised the previous week to 222. So that was actually good data. Then retail sales, it actually rose by 0.2% following a 0.6% uptick in August, which is obviously not that good. So they missed expectations, and this was actually bullish for gold. So the other thing was the U.S. consumer confidence fell to the April 2025 low. This came in at 88.7, absolutely demolished it, when expectations were a decline to only 93.5. This was mega bullish for gold, and this helps bolster the position that the economy it's not doing so well, and that gold actually thrives in this type of sentiment. So that's why you kind of see gold pumping up right now. Then PPI came in at 0.1% rise, opposite of the 0.1% decline in August. And, obviously gold is loving this, as it doesn't really hinder December rate cuts. And you know what the rate cuts are going to do to this bad boy, right? It's going up and to the right. So durable goods orders also rose 0.5% in September, following August August's revised 3% increase. So obviously this wasn't as great as August's increase, right? Now, the second segment we're going to do, and normally we do the Golden Nugget here, but we're going to do the Golden Nugget third. This is called the economic calendar, and let's just talk about what's going to happen in between now when you see me and then next week, next Wednesday, whenever you see me. So today, we already had all the economic data that came in that I just listed off, and we have the federal beige book, the Fed beige book, right? Thursday and Friday, we have nothing because tomorrow is Thanksgiving and Friday is, Black Friday. They don't have much going on. Then the ISM manufacturing and S&P final U.S. manufacturing PMI is on Monday. Then on next Wednesday, we're going to have a lot. ADP employment, import price index, final S&P services PMI, and the ISM services. Now remember, in holiday weeks, volume is low, okay? And that's because Wall Street kind of takes their vacations and they go off with their families to the Hamptons, and that's what they do. Now let's get into segment number 3, and that is called the Golden Nugget. And this is where I'm going to teach you something that I kind of talk about a lot inside of smart money concepts, because that's for all intents and purposes, that's what I trade, is smart money concepts, and it's where we're following the institution and their footprints, right? And this is going to be the importance of naked VWAPs and naked points of control, okay? So I'm going to take this off. You can already see this kind of gives you a spoiler alert to the trade that we have open inside of Smart Money Commodities right now. That's up 5.5%. At its peak, it was obviously up almost 7%. And this is going to, kind of lead in to what I was talking about, right? So this is what's called a naked daily point of control up here. And this naked daily point of control is actually the point of control from this day's range over here. Okay, so when this is naked, price loves to come back and retest it, right? And then secondarily, we have these what are called naked VWAPs. So VWAP is volume weighted average price. It is an institutional indicator, right? So when you see a naked VWAP here, because it resets every day, okay? That's why you see it just go down right there, right? So what you saw was you came down here and then boom, you just blasted right back up to it, and then you even blasted straight through it. So these are used as price zones for me to say, okay, this is where we could be seeing some resistance, and then this daily point of control right here is where we could potentially see support. Even though we've already tagged this, this is no longer a naked level. This is still going to be a level of interest because we got through it without any problem, and we could just use this as support and start keeping bumping up, right? And then secondarily, obviously, the naked monthly, naked daily VWAPs and things of that sort. That is where you're going to see a lot of support at those VWAP levels, because that is showing you that that is where the institutions were actually accumulating the most in terms of volume at that price in a previous day, whether it was the day before or whether it was previous days before that, right? Because levels can be naked for a very long time. So if you ever want to, wonder why, hey, I'm talking about naked VWAPs, naked points of control, and those could be where our targets are at, that is exactly why, because that is exactly how I trade. So let's get into the next segment. And guess what that's going to be, baby? That is going to be the silver snapshot. But before we get into it, I just want to tell you, if you enjoy the analysis and the things that I do, drop something in the comments section for me. And if you want to learn how to do this, get into the golden opportunity, because that's exactly where I'm going to teach you how to do it. And secondarily, it is half off right now until Sunday at 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. So that's when it ends. All right, let's talk about silver. So last week we took 5 trades. The one loser that we had was silver, and you probably remember what it was, most likely, right? So this is the first one that we got. We got our long, it hit, and we took our profits up here. Now, obviously, we left some profits on the table. That's fine with me, because then we flipped short. This is like a 3.5% gain, right? Then we flipped short, and we got a nice gain right there. Boom, all the way down here. Nice little 3% gain, right? And then what did we do? Well, we just flipped long all over again, right? And that's where we got stopped out. We lost about 2% on that move, but whenever you make, 5 or 6% on the way up, no big deal. But guess what we did? We pumped right back up, got above the 2.0 level, and now we are in this monster long that's already up 4.35%. Whenever you lose a trade, man, do not get down on yourself, because we took two that's just on silver. We took two that were winners right before that, and immediately a second subsequent winner right after that, right? So here's what we can be thinking about this week, all right? And this is what I want to show you. That same exact trade that we are in right now, if we come back down here to this 2.0, just longing it. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to long it again, right? I did not want to see an SFP up here. We do have an SFP, but we are tagging VWAP if we bounce and then we close a candle above this level right here, $52.46. We are looking extremely bullish on silver. And then secondarily, if we come up here and we SFP these highs with a bearish divergence, I would be looking to short down here to this 2.0 level to then eventually again go right back long, right? So what are the other trades that we have that just, haven't hit or we've been waiting on? There's the obvious one, the short at the all-time high. If you get a SFP up there, which is a swing failure pattern, and a bearish divergence. We could also short if we get under the point or under the 2.0, which is the $50 level. Now, you're probably wondering, well, Drew, why didn't you short here? Because we didn't get a back test of it. We just blasted straight through it. And that's what kept us out of that position and then got us into our long position that we just took for like 5% gains. Absolutely insane gains on that long position. Now, we also have, if we come all the way down here to this 0.786 and we lose it and bearishly back test it, I would be shorting, right? The other levels are obviously down here, the 1.618, same thing. If we lose it and backtest it, I'm shorting. If we lose the 1.5 at $41.96, I am shorting. And then we can also long if we get down here. If we come down here and we bullishly backtest this, as you can see, there's some nice support here. Bang, I am going to be longing that up to the 2.0 fib, secondarily at the 1.618 fib, and third at the 1.5 fib bounce. And just go ahead and set your alerts. If you want to know, go ahead and set your alerts. But if you would like for me to tell you these things, get inside of Smart Money Commodities. It is open right now. We're already taking gains. We're already taking a lot of trades, and it'd be nice to have you in there. So let's do the gauging gold segment, and then we can wrap this bad boy up and everybody can go and have a good turkey day tomorrow in the United States. Now, let's talk about the trade that went well inside of gold, okay? Because we did have a winner inside of gold. I just got to find my trades folder really quick, and boom, we got it right here. Okay, so check these out. These were pretty crazy, right? So we longed right here. Okay, and obviously we had a secondary entry down here, okay? Which is why you're probably seeing, you're like, dude, why is your stop loss so far? Well, because whenever we first set this trade up, we were aiming to come up here and our stop loss was a lot tighter, but we did know that we could average in and get this secondary entry right down here. So that's exactly what we did. So my entry was actually right around here at like $4,040 or something. That was my average. And then boom, rode it up to the top end of the trend channel, took the profits, and then guess what we did? We flipped short, man. We flipped short, went right back to where we entered on the last one, right? Which was $4,040 or $4,058. And then guess what we did? We flipped long yet again, and boom, we are in this long that is already up, if you were watching the Golden Nugget last week, 2.25%. So let's talk about what we can be doing this week, right? Now, obviously, if we come down to this $4,000 level again, and we've already reclaimed the parallel, right? So that was one of the key things that we wanted to see. Wanted to see reclaiming the parallel, getting new highs, and then maybe potentially retesting this. Now, we do not want to see an SFP up here, which we don't have. We don't have a bearish divergence. And then if we get a bounce from here, I would be looking to long up there, right? Or down there. Secondarily, if we get a nice little back test of this naked daily point of control, and this naked VWAP right here, right? Because there's two levels right here, naked VWAP, naked daily point of control. I am looking to long there, and I'm looking to bring it up to probably pretty close to the all-time highs. At the very least, this is your first price target, $4,250. Then the last one, you get the back test right here, which you are getting. You can start thinking about longing on this parallel right here at about $4,134. We just really want to stay above right here, $4,110, and we are still in a bullish market structure. Okay, now what else do we have? Well, we have the obvious ones that are down here, right? The 2.236. If you ever get down here, we are going to start thinking about some longs, and that is the bottom end of the parallel as well. And what I think is probably going to be the bottom of gold, about 36.59, right? If we even were to get down there. Then you also have the SFP and the bearish divergence at those all-time highs right there, as you can see. And you just be shorting this right back down here, right? Okay. Secondarily, we have the short of this. Not all-time high, but this previous high, which was at about $4,250. And then we have the last one, which is shorting the 2.618 Fibonacci. If we get under it, and again, we didn't get under it, we've had this trade on for a long time, and we'll see if we get it. Now, I appreciate everybody seriously so much for always showing up. I'm glad that we got to take so many awesome trades this past week. And you're probably like, hey, you got in, you got out, me, you got in, you got out. You couldn't tell us because you only see me every Wednesday, right? That's why I tell you, get into the golden opportunity where you will know why I'm getting in and out at those levels, right? Because you'll learn it directly from me, and it's 50% off right now. And ultimately, if you want to see what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, literally, it is happening inside of Smart Money Commodities right now. And it is the first card right down below this video. And I appreciate everybody seriously so much for showing up. Let's answer one quick question, and it actually kind of fits. So Adam R 3382 said, hey Drew, awesome analysis as always on the futures commodity service, which is the Smart Money Commodity service that I've been talking about. At Verified Investing, are your stops fixed to the prices that I see on the hourly chart when you look at your trades on here, or are they areas and get moved depending on how that particular trade goes? I am on the Verified Stocks and ETF service, so I know how they swing trade. Just wondering how you do it, and are they fixed levels, all from the hourly chart? Just want to know a little bit before I sign up. So that's actually a great question. They are different trades than what we give inside of the Golden Nugget. These trades we're giving out inside of Smart Money Commodities, actually, we got a better entry inside of Smart Money Commodities because I was able to say, hey, in real time, we're hitting this naked VWAP level. We're hitting this naked point of control. We're going to add to our position here, right? So the actual stop losses and trades you're seeing on the screen inside of the Golden Nugget here are going to be different trades than you are getting inside of the paid service, which is Smart Money Commodities, where I can actually help you maneuver on a daily basis, whereas here I only get to see you once a week. But hopefully I see you next week at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, and we will see how these trades play out. Everybody have a wonderful day and have a happy Thanksgiving. Imagine waking up every day with freedom. No boss, no clock, just you, your charts, and profit stacking. That is the life of a verified pro trader, and it's exactly how I built mine, by learning to trade gold the right way. I've helped countless members start winning, and now it's your turn. This is your golden opportunity to trade like a pro, live like a boss, and take advantage of the gold super cycle that is transferring wealth like we've never witnessed before. So make this your golden opportunity.